Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about closing costs, and we're going to break down closing costs for a cash transaction only in this video. I'm going to do another video, part 2, and we're going to talk about closing costs that involve bank financing and what you can expect. This video is strictly for cash transactions. So if you're buying or selling a piece of property in the state of Florida, say maybe you're even an investor, out of the state, and you're buying a property here, foreclosure, or any property, and you're paying cash, you're going to know exactly what to expect and how it's going to break out the closing costs when it comes to cash deals. So let's jump right into it. So what are the closing costs with a cash transaction? There's going to be two main costs that you need to be aware of. And the first one's going to be your documentary stamp tax. And this is basically just any time a piece of property is sold in the state of Florida and the deed is transferred, Florida is going to collect a doc stamp tax. You got to remember, Florida has no state income tax. One of the ways they make revenue for local and state governments is to tax the sale and transfer of real estate. So anytime you sell a piece of property, doesn't matter if it's vacant land, mobile home, commercial property, apartment complex, doesn't matter, anything in the state of Florida, you're going to be charged a deed doc stamp tax. And this is going to be the case whether it's cash or financing. Both dealers are going to have this. So how's it calculated? It's 70 cents for every $100 of the purchase price. So $100,000 is going to be $700, and all you do is take the purchase price and divide it by 100, and it leaves you 1,000 units times 0.7 is $700. If it's a $250,000 house, it's going to be $1,750, and a $500,000 is going to be $3,500. And same thing, take a $500,000, divide it by 100, it leaves you 5,000 units times 0.7 equals $3,500. Okay, the second thing is going to be your owner's title insurance policy. And the policy is basically protecting you for anything that happened in the past with the property. It covers a lot of things that could possibly go wrong with the property and cause you a lot of headaches. It's very important to have title insurance. Title insurance is not mandatory on a cash transaction, but it's going to be necessary on a bank financing transaction. Even though it's not mandatory, I've never seen a deal not have title insurance. I wouldn't advise it. Big mistake. It's not worth it, not for the cost. So how's it calculated? It's going to be a little bit different, but basically it's based off of $5.75 per $1,000 up to a $100,000 purchase price. So a $100,000 purchase price is going to be $575 for your policy. Now anything between $100,000 and $1 million is going to be charged $5 per thousand above that. And if it goes above $1 million to $500 million, it's going to be $250, then $225 to $2. Rarely are you going to see anything over the $250 mark. Around here, it's not even, you're hardly ever seeing anything over $1 million. So $575 for your first $100,000, $5 per thousand after that, up to $1 million. So $575 and $5 between 100 and 1 million. So a $100,000 house is going to be $575, as we already said. A $200,000 house is going to be $1,075, and that's $575 for your first 100K, then $500 for your second 100K. And a $1.2 million home is going to be $5,575, and that's broken out $575 for your first 100K, $4,500 for the second 900K to get you to $1 million. And then $500 for the extra 200K. So for a total of $5,575 for a $1.2 million home. Okay, the last thing I want to do is show you exactly what this looks like on a real closing statement. So here's page 1 and page 2 of your settlement statement. You're going to see or hear this called different terms: closing statement, HUD-1, ALTA. There's numerous terms you're going to hear, but settlement statement, closing statement is easy to remember. We're going to look at sections 1100 and 1200. These are going to be your title charges and your government recording and transfer charges. So you're going to see in section 1100 that the biggest thing is going to be the title policy and the deed doc stamps. Section 1102 is your owner's title policy, $1,125. The seller is paying this fee. The next, you've got your deed doc stamps and your transfer tax. Remember, number 1 on our list of $1,470, the seller's also paying this. These are the two big giant items, but please remember there's going to be other fees like what you see here, and this buyer is being charged several little fees, one thing to remember, these fees, except for the recording fees of the deed, which is always a buyer thing, and it's generally in our area $27. That's always a buyer item. That's not negotiable. But these fees that are set up by the title companies, like the settlement fee of $750 for the buyer, I wouldn't say they're negotiable, but that's all, you know, priced by the title company. That is up to them, you know, to take off of that or what they charge. So that is not a, you know, set in stone figure. But just remember, there's other added fees that are going to be added to this, not just the title policy and the deed doc stamps. So Section 1300, just pay attention. This is your additional settlement charges, and generally there are going to be, you know, one or two items that a buyer is going to be, you know, stuck with, and this is a good example right here that they have a secure dock storage fee and courier fee and wire fee. So they're lumping all those little charges into one and charging $100 for it. You'll also see that the seller is going to have some cost, you know, they're going to have some stuff on here also. So if you're a seller, you know, if you're a seller and you're in an HOA, you know, and you're paying, you know, your buyer's paying cash, just remember there's going to be, you know, HOA stuff, tax stuff. There's going to be little things that are going to go along with your actual net, and it's going to affect your net. Thanks for watching the video. I really hope it helped and was beneficial. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll be glad to answer. Make sure and hit the like button if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. As always, have a great day and thanks.